What's up, guys? I'm here with Jordan Brannon, and we are just a few days away from the notorious Tampa Pro. How are you feeling going into the show?
I'm feeling a little excited. I was just telling Sean that I was having a little bit of digestional issues this morning, so we're dealing with that. But other than that, I love the Tampa Pro. I won it as an amateur in 2020, so it's a very special show to me. So be able to compete in it my second year as a pro is it's very surreal. It's very, very surreal being there in 2020 and like looking at the pros and wanting to be there one day. And now that's me. So
now you're there.
I'm very grateful, feeling really grateful no matter what.
Which number show is this for you this year?
This one's going to be number 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you feel like you're getting better as you've gone along? Or?
I do. I tend to get better show to show. My last one was about 3 weeks ago in Sacramento. We were going to do Chicago after that, but to be honest, I was just really tired and needed a couple weeks of break. And so I decided to pull out of that. So it's been nice. It's been nice having about 3 weeks just to kind of get home, get settled. I was traveling a lot for work and whatnot. So I do feel like I am improving each show mentally and physically, and also learning kind of when to pull back and know when I need that break versus pushing more. So it's good. Every prep is a little bit of a learning experience, and that is the learning experience I'm taking right now, is knowing what my limits are and honoring those, basically.
So with that, I mean, are you planning on continuing to go after this show? Do you have a trigger that's going to tell you, okay, it's time to shut it down, or anything like that?
I think I'm close, to be honest. I do have 2 shows on the schedule after Tampa, so we'll see how those go. I don't want to run myself into the ground like I had to do last year, so I'm okay with maybe not getting a 2023 Olympia qualification this year, knowing I have things to improve on. However, I am open to also coming out maybe later in the year and trying to grab an early 2024 qualification. So my plan right now is to kind of go into Tampa. Tampa's always been going to be a stacked show. So, if I could get a top 5 there, that would be great. That's my personal, goal. After that, we're definitely going to go to Tahoe next weekend, Tahoe Pro. And then we're going to decide on Nashville or Texas. They're the same weekend, the following weekend. That's kind of up in the air. If I have the energy for it, I'll go one more time. And then after that, I'll probably shut it down no matter what, just to kind of see what
because you have clients and stuff competing too, right?
Yes.
So do you have them competing in this show as well, or?
No. So they're going to be actually competing. I have a lot competing in Nashville and the Clash the following weekend in August.
August. Yeah. We're not in October yet.
Not October yet.
We're getting there.
Wow. So I would prefer not to be competing when they're on stage. I did that once, and that was the only time I needed to do that. I learned my lesson that way.
People don't realize, I've said that all the time, like I never compete locally because I have so many girls there that I work with, and it becomes where you feel like you have to be there for them and you can't be there for yourself.
Absolutely.
It's a really hard balance. Like, do you think you could find that balance, or do you think you're just like, no, we're just not going to do that?
If I had to, I absolutely could. But just like you're saying, because when we do something, we go all in, right?
Yes.
So when you're an athlete that day, but also a coach, you can't be 100% in each. And that's not fair to yourself. And it's also not fair to your clients.
Correct.
And I think that if you're a coach and you have athletes on stage, you got to put the coach hat on no matter what. That's always number one. So for me, I would rather just not put myself in that position and just be able to give 100% to my athletes that are competing that day.
I agree with you on that.
And
I don't even do the coaching part. I just do the posing part. I even agree with you on that.
But it's hard.
Yeah.
It's you need to be present. And it's hard when you're an athlete. You got to be present on yourself, your water, your sodium, this meal, that meal, get to this appointment, and then doubling that with your clients and everything they have going on. So
Right. So okay, so we're talking shows coming up, that kind of thing. So once you do shut it down, whether it's with or without an Olympia qualification, what is your goal, like, as far as what do you want to achieve? If you do get that Olympia qualification, what are your improvements that you're looking to make? What are those things that you're looking to do better?
Yeah. So like number one is like when I look at my photos and I'm assessing kind of where I need to improve, when I'm getting feedback from judges, they are not saying to grow anymore. But what I can say is when I look at my front shot, I love it. Yeah, I think my front shot's great. I think I could add in a little bit more tissue maybe. When I look at my back shot though, I'm not like wowed, and that's where I need to improve. You look at some of these girls and they just turn around and you're like, wow.
Yeah.
So I think it's more about shaping and a little bit more density for me. Again, this isn't judges' feedback. This is just me looking at my photos and kind of understanding my own body. So I think if I do a little bit more shaping on the upper outer glute, get a little bit more density in those glute hamstring tie-ins, I can get that wow factor. Yes. But I do not have that from the back right now. And that's what I need, not only just to qualify for the Olympia, right? Because there's a difference between qualifying for the Olympia again, but am I going to improve at the Olympia? And that's what I really want to do. And I think that's that next step.
Well, and I would agree with you. I mean, just from me looking at your physique, I would say the same thing. The upper outer glute, just getting you a little bit more pop on the outside. You've got some pop this way, but it's got to come up.
Yes. Yep. little pikes there, little peaks.
But I totally agree with that. And then that was going to be my next thing, is saying, you know, it's one thing to qualify for the Olympia, but once you've done that, you want to actually be competitive there too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
and I don't want to just keep qualifying every year just to say I'm an X time qualified Olympian. I want to be able to say I qualified and then I also improved from last year.
Right.
So that was some internal work that I've been actually doing over the last couple of months. Like what did I actually want? Do I just want to, you know, go to the Olympia again and get third, fourth call outs? No, I would rather not qualify this year and take that time and do improve and come back undeniable next year.
Right. And that's a great message to send people in general, because a lot of people think that they can go boom, 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 and just get there. It doesn't work like that. It takes time.
Absolutely.
It takes a lot of time. So between now and then, enjoy your time here in Tampa.
Thank you.
Technically, we're in Largo, right?
Largo, Florida.
Yeah.
Right by Indian Rocks Beach.
We're in your gym. So what is it? Say the infomercial on your gym here.
Yeah. So we are at this is my 10-minute interview.
Yeah.
This is Pinellas Ultimate Strength House, known as Push Fitness in Largo, Florida. We're about a half mile from Indian Rocks Beach, about 25 minutes from Tampa. So anytime that anybody's in town from CCTS or that knows Sean, feel free to message me on Instagram and we'll make sure that you guys get a day pass.
Look at that. Hooking you up.
You're welcome. I love all my CCTS stuff.
Awesome. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you on stage again. We're looking forward to seeing you at CCTS again, and let's do this.
Awesome.